The Goat That Spoke English. In the village of Umuagu, where gossip traveled faster than light and secrets were thinner than pap, there lived a man called Brother Festus. Nobody knew why they called him brother, because he had never been seen inside a church unless rain was falling. Still, he insisted God spoke to him directly, especially when he needed favors. Festus was famous for two things: laziness and big dreams. Every morning he would stretch on his raffia mat and declare, "Today is the day my destiny helper will appear." But his destiny helper, whoever that was, seemed to be stuck in traffic for years. One afternoon, while Festus was sleeping under a mango tree instead of farming his land, a strange voice said, "Excuse me, sir." Festus opened one eye. "Nobody down here." He looked down and screamed so loudly that 3 chickens fainted. Standing before him was a goat, not an ordinary goat, a clean white goat, wearing spectacles. "Yes," the goat said calmly, adjusting them. "I am the one speaking. Please don't faint. I have a message for you." Festus slapped himself. "Jesus of Nazareth. Either I am dreaming or the sun has cooked my brain like fried plantain." Festus immediately knelt. "Ah, my destiny helper, goat of breakthrough. Speak, O hairy angel." The goat cleared its throat. "First lesson: success does not visit lazy people. It only visits those who are working." Festus stood up slowly. "Is that all?" "For now." Festus frowned. "But I thought you would give me a winning lotto number, or at least gold location coordinates." "No," said the goat. "I will give you wisdom, which is more valuable." Festus looked disappointed. "Can wisdom be cooked with soup?" The goat ignored him. "Tomorrow morning go and farm your land." "Farm?" Festus repeated as if he'd been asked to swallow bicycle. "Yes, farm." Then poof, the goat vanished. The first lesson. The next morning Festus woke early for the first time since 2003. He grabbed a hoe and marched to his abandoned farm. Villagers watched in shock. Mama Nkechi whispered, "Is that Festus or his ghost?" Even the sun paused to look. Festus worked for 2 hours and collapsed dramatically. "Ah, this farming thing is not for human beings." Immediately, the goat appeared beside him. "You see," Festus gasped, "I nearly died. Farming is dangerous." "You are tired because you are not used to work," said the goat. "Continue." "But I am sweating." "That is the sign of progress." Festus sighed like a man sentenced to prison. But he continued. Days passed. Something strange happened. His muscles grew stronger. His farm began to look alive. People stopped laughing at him. For the first time in his life, Festus felt proud. The second lesson. One evening, the goat returned. "You are doing well," it said. "Now lesson 2. Stop lying." Festus froze. "Lying? Who, me? I don't lie. I only exaggerate reality." The goat raised an eyebrow. "Yesterday you told Mama Nkechi you own land in Dubai." "I meant spiritually." "And you told the chief you once advised the president." "I advised him through the television." The goat stamped its hoof. "From today, only truth." Festus scratched his head. "Even small lies, especially small lies, they grow into big disgrace." Festus reluctantly agreed. The next day the chief asked him, "Festus, is it true you studied abroad?" Festus swallowed. This was his favorite lie. "No, chief, I only studied abroad book here in the village." The chief blinked. "You mean you didn't go to London?" "No, sir." Silence. Then suddenly, the chief burst out laughing. "You foolish men, I always knew you were lying. But today you spoke truth. I like that. Come and help me manage my yam storage. I need an honest person." Festus nearly fainted again. When he got home, the goat appeared. "You see," Festus nodded slowly, "truth is cheaper than lies. And less stressful." The third lesson. Weeks passed. Festus became known as the most hardworking and honest man in Umuagu. People began greeting him with respect instead of suspicion. One night, under the moonlight, the goat appeared for the final time. "Last lesson," it said gently, "help others rise." Festus frowned. "But I just rose small myself." "Yes," said the goat, "and now you must lift someone else." The next morning Festus saw a boy named Chidi crying beside the road. What happened? Festus asked. I want to go to school, Chidi sniffed. But my mother can't afford books. Old Festus would have said sorry-o and walked away. New Festus knelt. How much are the books? Chidi told him. Festus calculated. It would cost nearly all the money he'd saved from selling crops. His heart argued with his pocket. Pocket, don't do it. We suffered for this money. Heart, do it. Pocket, remember poverty. Heart, remember purpose. Festus closed his eyes. Then he handed the boy the money. Chidi's mouth fell open. Uncle, are you sure? Yes, Festus said quietly. Go and learn. One day you will help someone else. The boy ran off shouting blessings. That night the goat appeared one last time, glowing softly. You have passed all lessons. Festus smiled. Professor Goat, will you now give me riches? The goat chuckled. Look around. Festus looked. His farm was thriving. His name was respected. His heart felt peaceful. Oh, he whispered, I am already rich. The goat nodded. True wealth is not what you have. It is what you have become. Then the goat began to fade. Wait, Festus cried. Will I ever see you again? The goat's voice echoed softly. When you forget these lessons, I will return. And it vanished forever. Years later, Festus became one of the most successful farmers in the region. People traveled from far villages to ask his secret. He always answered the same way. My teacher was a goat. Some laughed. Some shook their heads. Some said, success has turned his brain. But the wise ones listened carefully, because whether the goat was real or not, the lessons certainly were.